Hi, I'm Steve. This is Fran. We're going to be doing ranking between Miele and Thermador. We're going to rank each category rather than the ABCs that you're used to or the DEFs on the worst stuff that we've done in the past. We're going to rate either check or X. The better company gets the check. We're going to go by category. What's first?
Yeah, so this will be a great comparison. Let's kick it off with wall ovens first.
Okay. To me, one of the best, if not the best, wall ovens you can buy is the Miele, right? You know, the technology is decent. You got twin convection. A lot of others have it, but it's so easy. And I love the steam assist. You got to remember to hook it to water, but you can add moisture. It's not a steam oven. We'll get into those in a bit. But you hit a button. It's easy, right? All you do is if you want to make that roast, you put in the pounds, how you want to cook, and it comes out that way. I just, in terms of wall ovens, if this isn't the best wall oven, then it's close between Wolf, Gaggenau, and Miele.
Absolutely.
For a lot of people that are just beginning, that want to learn how to cook, you want to make a sourdough, hit a button for sourdough.
Yeah.
I just think it's better.
Yeah, the Master Chef is pretty incredible. I mean, to watch you through just cooking just about anything from meats and breads, like you said, casseroles. I mean, tells you where in the oven to put it. It just really kind of does the whole thing for you. Thermador has not really had any of that in their ovens.
Single convection, basic controls, good reliability.
Yeah.
I would say, but they need a refresh because in this category, I think it's Miele, but it's probably Miele over everything.
Yeah, and even Thermador, where, one of the nice things that they give you where a lot of others don't is the option for a rotisserie. Miele actually does give you that there as well. So when you're comparing those two, it's kind of, I'd definitely go Miele for wall ovens.
Yeah, I'd go for Miele too.
All right, so next we're going to kick off and go into steam ovens.
Now, steam ovens is an interesting category. I have a steam oven, old Wolf steam oven, love it. And again, one of my goals is to actually be able to cook more, and I do mostly reheating. And it's great, way better than the microwave. Not much more time either. And Thermador's done a nice job. They have the wall ovens. We're sitting in our Thermador kitchen. They have the wall ovens with steam on them. They've got the biggest steam oven.
Yep.
But for me, it's kind of like the same wall oven thing. If you want to learn how to do steam immediately, like I've got an older Wolf and I've got to figure it out. You could just hit a button with Miele.
Yeah.
It's got so many. It's so well featured. So easy to use. This is probably, I think Gaggenau is probably the best because you can control it by temperature and you get more modes. But in terms of being able to use it out of the box, this is the easiest product you can buy.
Yeah, and for sure it's just kind of blends right in from the wall ovens too. I think for a lot of those same reasons, Miele definitely gets the edge here, just the controls, ease of use. With the Miele, you can also have it plumbed directly to a water line, whereas the Thermador, it's really kind of only with the water tank there. In their Pro Series with the Thermador, kind of that knob style, a lot of people do like that too. So some of that makes it a little bit easier
and
just to kind of use.
Yeah. Want to steam a turkey? You can do it in a Thermador. You cannot in a Miele. So both good. But in terms of what people are going to be using it for, mostly, I would give an edge to Miele.
For sure. So next, let's talk about Pro Ranges.
Well, this is a big topic only because you get through Thermador. They have two different lines, the Pro Harmony, the Pro Grand. Yeah. Miele is different. You get more of the pro look with Thermador. Miele is almost like more dressy, with the black glass, very contemporary looking. But I actually like the Miele in all gas because it's one of the few that's self-cleaning. The Pro Grand is also self-cleaning. The Pro Harmony is not, right? So we're comparing, the Miele is very cleanable. The racks are self-cleaning. The grates, you can put in your dishwasher, very easy to use. So is the, but in terms of BTU output, Thermador's got 18s and 15s, Miele's got 19 5s, but the back burners are really just 12. Yeah. So it's not, if you need all burners to be pro, you're not getting that in Miele. They both have their kind of things in dual fuel. You can get the induction. You can get that induction cartridge on the Thermador, which is better than actually a Pro Gas. You can't do that on Miele. The Miele grill and griddle is infrared versus electric on the Thermador. So it really depends what you're looking for. The dual fuel, you get the steam assist on the Miele.
The controls like you get in the wall ovens.
Very easy controls, wall ovens. In the warming drawer versus a steam oven, so you can cook with steam on the Thermador. You got 60-inch on Thermador. I'd have to say really I hate doing generalizations on things, mostly even that's what we're doing. But it really depends on how people cook on it.
Yeah.
I think I'd almost give the edge and output to be Thermador.
Yeah. But
griddle, if you like doing that, then definitely Miele is going to be better.
And even the simmer on the Thermador, they have that nice star burner with the on-off on.
It's very cleanable. You clean underneath it. You can't do that on Miele.
Yep.
Which one do you like better?
All gas, I lean Thermador for sure. Dual fuel, I definitely like the features of a Miele with the same thing as the wall ovens and the steam ovens. You kind of get that master chef, the steam assist. Just gives you a lot more options kind of on the dual fuel. All gas, I would definitely lean Thermador.
I'm not sure what I would do in dual fuel. I think it just, I'd call it almost a draw dependent.
Yeah.
Because if you like to griddle, you're not going to like an electric. Obviously, no one has an electric grill in their backyard. But absent that, if you want induction, steam, and everything else, so I'd say almost draw and dual fuel, depending on what you want to do. All gas, I'd probably go Thermador because somewhere between those two lines is something people probably want. You know.
So I think Thermador probably gets the category there on a close edge.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
So next, let's talk range tops and cooktops.
I think in terms of induction cooktops, the best thing you can buy is something from Bosch, whether it's Bosch or Thermador. They've got the Liberty. They've got the, they've got the one that goes from. I mean, we have it here. It's right over there. They have the one that goes from. You go anywhere, and it's reliable. They have the best reliability. I think in terms of induction, they're the best. I like their cooktops too. You get the star burner, with the power burner in the middle. That's kind of nice. You do get a lot of output on the Miele though. But in terms of built-in cooking, I think I like the Thermador.
Yeah, I'd go Thermador for range tops, kind of similar like we talked about with the Pro ranges, where you have kind of the star burner on a pedestal, simmer with the extra low. I would definitely go Thermador here with cooktops and range tops.
Okay, induction ranges. This is really interesting. Because you get the better. I think we do. We did a blog on it. And I said if you could combine the top in Thermador and the bottom in Miele, you'd have the best induction range. You get the Master Chef controls on the Miele.
Yep.
And they have a decent top, but it's not like the Thermador where you can go.
Right.
It's like if you're cooking rice and you're boiling and you're warming and then you're standing.
Yeah. Just kind of move it.
Yeah, you could move it back and forward. I like that, but I do think. If you're an oven person, the Miele is definitely better. It's twin convection with the Master Chef. You do have the red baking capabilities because you can add steam to it. Really depends. I do think I like the Miele a little bit better.
Yeah, with the range for sure, I think the Miele is better. If you're just looking strictly induction, I like the Thermador better. Thermador range also will give you 30 or 36 in induction.
Miele's coming out with theirs.
Yeah, so right now Miele 30.
I would say, we'll say top Thermador.
Yep.
Bottom Miele.
We're gonna middle it a little bit.
So it depends on how you use it.
All right. Next, let's talk about dishwashers.
Okay. Well, really, what you're comparing in the next two categories, I think, is going to be Bosch. Really, Thermador is a Bosch-made dishwasher. Are they bringing back their super speeds or no?
No, not the with the star speed.
Oh yeah, they had the star speed with the 20-minute wash and dry, which actually really worked because it kept the heat. Kept that water in the plenum, but probably that went away during COVID. Most of the time, the Thermador is going to be better because it's free with the purchase of an induction range or a cooktop wall oven or one of those. But you're getting a lower Bosch. I think where Miele is very successful is the high-end dishwashers. They've got the clean air that draws air in on both sides, and they've got the automatic dispenser, and I think their racking is the best. But you got to start at like $2,000 for that. Yeah. The Bosch, even on the 800 series with his zeolite and the power control, the zeolite's that volcanic element that does a really great job drying plastics. So really depends.
Yeah, Thermador is about to kind of refresh their dishwashers as well to kind of be more like the Bosches that recently released. So we'll see kind of when all those come out too with a better wash system and things like that. If you're comparing strictly Thermador and Miele, you really also have to jump up in Thermador to get comparable features to the Miele, where definitely I'd say drying overall probably a little bit better when you get to the ones that have that crystal dry and the zeolite for sure.
Now we got laundry here, but Thermador doesn't have, but they have the Bosch, so we may as well talk about that. Bosch is an excellent pair of laundry, but and we talked about this before. I think heat pumps are definitely the way of the future. And actually Miele went all heat pump in 2019. Yep. The way those work is compressor heating the air and through an exchanger, evaporator drawing out the moisture, and it's recycled. So it really saves a ton of money. And in Boston, we pay the second highest utility rates in the U.S. So it's going to save a significant amount of money if you're versus an average dryer. If you're using once a day, I calculated about $175 a year. But it's better because it's gentler on your clothes as well. It's just a better design. And Bosch only going to get that in the in one series.
In the 500, yeah. So they are also coming out with new 500 and 800, which both will have the heat pump. So that's coming out, but not out today. But yeah, Miele, you get that really with everything. From a wash system too, Miele will also have the honeycomb. So really kind of just, the clothes kind of glide over it, so much more gentle on the clothes.
You wash silks.
Yeah, for delicates, I mean, there really is no comparison. They do a lot of engineering on just the detergent and so some of theirs, they have the twin dose where you can have the automatic dispensing.
It's bleach and but you know really what no one talks about, it's 1600 RPM.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing moves. So it's really, your clothes are going to be, you know, the average dryer that people are using is, I think, 12, you know, LG, I think G's what, is it 1300 RPM? This is 1600 RPM. So if you think your clothes are dry now, I mean, when you come out of a meal in a smaller capacity, you know, those things are almost dry. So it's much more utilitarian. You get the fragrance dose on the drying. I think that's probably the best washer dryer we sell.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, the ultra fast would be the all-in-one. That's a little bit different, but on this one, I'd give it to Miele.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, you know, it's compact, but if you're going to compare really Miele laundry to any brand, I think it's the best one out there.
Yeah. So that's it for this comparison. We're going to have other rankings. So if you like what you heard, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.